Michigan because the Wolverines are on a run. Titan Davis, Zion Robinson, Marky Walbridge, and it's not going to stop there. We're looking at finishing inside the top 10 for the Wolverines, but it could be a hot summer. So who could be next for Michigan?
Yeah, currently sitting at number 15 in the On3 industry standings. Michigan is very hot behind the scenes. Fireworks expected soon on the recruiting trail for the Wolverines. I love where they stand with offensive tackle Malachi Lee. He is the number one ranked prospect in Hawaii. He is a top 100 prospect in the On 300 player rankings, and Michigan was the first program to get on him. They got him to a game last fall. He's been up to Ann Arbor a couple times. They've had to battle Georgia. They've had to battle Alabama. They've had to battle a late run from Texas. But I think Michigan is trending going into his Friday announcement. This is one of their most coveted players on the board, regardless of position.
Well, they're building it in the trenches, which means only one thing. They need an elite running back behind some of these big bodies. So Savion Hyder just wrapped up that official visit to Tennessee. He is now what we think is Savion Hyder in decision-making mode right now?
Yeah, but I don't think he's in any rush to make his decision. I think he's always been someone that was targeted end of summer, like an August, September decision, if I remember correctly. The one thing I do think is that you have Michigan and Tennessee battling. I think the Wolverines are the program I'm keeping the closest eye on, certainly not ruling out the Vols, but I've always liked Michigan's position for Savion Hyder, what they offer on and off the field. I think it fits his personality. I think it fits his family. I think Michigan's style of play on offense, the way they've recruited on the offensive line, the way that they've invested in him from an NIL standpoint, I think it's all has Michigan in good position. Got to hold off Josh Heupel and the Vols for Savion Hyder. But again, I've said this numerous times on the Wilt Fong Whip Around. Hit like and subscribe. If Michigan was drafting players in the 2026 class, Savion Hyder would be their number one pick, I believe.
What about at the wide receiver position? Who's Michigan targeting?
Yeah, Josh, they're in fantastic position for one of their top targets at the position, Travis Johnson out of Virginia, Penn State, South Carolina, some of the other contenders. But coming out of his official visit to Michigan, where he got around the guys on the team, him and his mom got around the staff, Coach Bellamy and company, I think the comfort level at Michigan, the need at wide receiver, has him favoring the Maize and Blue at this point in this process.
Steve, what else is out there for Michigan?
Well, it starts with five-star edge rusher Carter Meadows. I think he's in decision-making mode. You got Michigan at the top of the list. Ohio State's in there. Penn State and South Carolina. There's some sources that think this is coming down to the Wolverines and the Buckeyes for Carter Meadows. Michigan would love to add Carter Meadows to Titan Davis. I recently flipped my On3 RPM from Penn State to Michigan for four-star cornerback Dorian Barney out of the Peach State. And I also think Michigan is the program to beat for four-star safety Andre Clark. Two other elite players on their board, number 3 athlete Salisi Moa and edge rusher Julian Walker. Salisi Moa is very keen on Michigan, their style of play defensively. And Julian Walker has been considered a South Carolina lead much of his process with the family ties. But if there's a program out there that can beat the Gamecocks, I got an eye on Michigan.
All right, Michigan fans, let's hear it from you. What is this class going to finish? Top 10, I think, is assured, potentially. But what about a top 5, potentially a top 3 finish? Talk about it in the comment section below.